I'm not capable of shooting anyone. I never even had a gun or even held one. I never been in trouble with anything until that day. Witnesses say that the victim was shot by a girl wearing all red. The funny part about this is I don't even own red clothing at all. My dad used to be a gang member and they wore blue. And he was not having nobody wearing red in his home. Also, where I grew up, if you wore red, you'll get shot down and killed. So there was no way possible I had a red outfit. One of the witnesses had me down as a driver, but I can't even drive. I was 17 at the time and I could not drive. I still don't know how to drive. When they found out that I couldn't drive, I was accused of being a shooter. I should have kept my mouth shut. It was a right-handed person. I'm a lefty. One eyewitness described the shooter as having a lazy eye. Nothing's wrong with my eye. I was in school at the time. My teacher, Rebecca, was actually my alibi. What's really interesting is that the witnesses never, ever mentioned a girl with purple braids. I had purple braids at the time. This is my hair the day before, which was April 15, 2001. I had purple braids with hairballs in my hair. So this is the hairstyle that I had on the day of the crime. No one ever mentioned the girl with the purple hair. Even the hairstylist could come in and tell you if a black girl had braids in her hair, it's gonna at least take you hours to take these braids down. So that means that I would have had to take down these braids, transfer my hair to black hair, go commit a crime, go back, put the braids back in my hair, which would take hours again, and go back to school. There was no DNA found or tested, no fingerprints. The clothes I supposedly changed into were never found. It just pisses me off. Like, I spent 19 years and 10 months in prison for a crime that I absolutely did not commit.
But if she was the shooter, as police believe she was, what was Kiera's motive? Why would she murder someone?
On December 10, 2000, my boyfriend was killed in front of me with a drive-by shooting. He was a gang member. During the investigation of my boyfriend's murder, the police wanted me to say that this is the guy that shot and killed my boyfriend. Whoever this guy was, they wanted him bad. That's not the guy that killed my boyfriend. So I quit talking to them. My mom received a call from my principal of my school, and he told my mother, do not bring her back to the school, and explained to her that the gang members came in there with guns. I now know why I was pinned as a suspect. I was told that a friend of mine was throwing around my name to gang members at the crime scene. One of the witnesses said that the shooter had a tattoo on her thigh. Now, my ex-friend told the gang members that I had a tattoo on my thigh and also the police as well. And this was strictly a case of gang violence. And because I wasn't in a gang, nobody was gonna protect me. I was literally the fall guy. And because I didn't help the police, they wasn't gonna help me. And the rest is history.
Well, Kiera.
Hi.
How are you?
Thank you for having me, Dr. Phil.
Well, I am glad to see you sitting here. You spent 19 years and 10 months in prison, you say, for a crime you didn't commit.
Yes.
And you aren't done with this. You want this to be expunged from your record. You want your name cleared. You want to be completely exonerated of this.
Absolutely.
Why is that important to you?
Number one, I didn't kill anybody. And also, it's affected me tremendously. I don't want to be labeled as a murderer out here, you know?
Right. A lot of people in prison say they're innocent. Why should we believe you?
I was in school that day, and...
Well, now, wait a minute. You're asking people to believe that somebody that was in school, surrounded by students in front of a teacher at the time a shooting took place across town,
yes,
was convicted of a murder when they were in school.
Yes, that's exactly what happened to me.
Well, let's look at some problems with your conviction. There was no DNA. They didn't find your DNA. They didn't have any DNA evidence because that's kind of a slam dunk, right? If they find your DNA at the scene or on the gun or on the body or whatever, there wasn't any of that. There was no murder weapon. They didn't catch you with a murder weapon.
Right.
Do you have a story or a question for me? Click the link in the description and tell me what in the world is going on.